Hey, what's up guys? It's great to see you all again, and if you're new here, I'm Patrick and this is why I ramble about tech and other stuff. So since you're here, chances are you got an Apple Watch for Christmas, or you treated yourself to one and you want to find out a bit more about what it can do. Well, let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Alright guys, so in this video, I'll take you through some of the basics. We'll talk about the watch face and some neat things you can make it do. I'll show you some tricks for the app drawer. We'll talk about notifications and some cool ways to answer them. I will show you how to use Siri to make calls and some of the other voice options we have. Of course, we'll have a look at the fitness app since Apple Watch is very much a fitness band as well. And lastly, I'll show you some of my favorite non-pre-installed apps. One of the coolest features about the Apple Watch is its modularity. Not only can you change the wristbands to basically any style or material, you also have plenty of options to customize your watch face. To change your watch face, all you need to do is long press the home screen. From there, you can cycle through available watch faces, or you can add new ones. You can find even more by using the companion app on your phone. You can choose between standard watch faces and animated ones. Depending on the watch face you choose, you can further customize it by adding complications. And complications are essentially just widgets. I chose the date on top for obvious reasons. On the left side is the world clock, so I can see what time it is for you guys, my subscribers. I can cycle between New York, San Francisco, and New Delhi, representing the most relevant time zones for my channel. Below there is the activity tracker, which I will get to later, and on the right is the new key widget, which lets me open my front door. I will show you that later. If you're looking for something more playful, you can choose from some preset ones like Mickey Mouse or Toy Story, or you can go for a Memoji where you can pick one of the funny animals, or you can create your very own customized Memoji, which you can create straight from the watch. Oh, and a neat little trick, long press using 2 fingers and Siri will tell you what time it is.
17:20.
Moving on to the app drawer. You get to the app drawer by pressing the digital crown, where you will see the honeycomb grid by default. Using the crown to zoom in and out of the grid. So you can either get a helicopter view of all the apps you have, or a closer look at some of them. Zooming into an app all the way will open it. You can move apps around or delete them just like you would on your phone by long pressing the screen and dragging and dropping, or hit X to delete. I know some people find the grid view a little bit overwhelming or cluttered. No problem, you can switch it to list view if that's what you're into. Just open the settings app, scroll down to the app view and choose list. You will now find all your apps neatly organized in alphabetical order. To install new apps, you can either do it straight from the Apple Store on the watch, or use the companion app on your phone. I prefer doing it that way since it gives you a bit more information and it's a lot easier to navigate. Alright, let's talk about notifications. Like your iPhone, the Apple Watch will show you your notifications in real time. Unless you don't want to, of course. To see all of your recent notifications, just pull down on the home screen and scroll through them using either your finger or the digital crown. I love that you can answer most notifications straight from the watch. I find that the extent to which you can do that depends on whether you have the app installed on your watch as well or not. Typing on a tiny screen like this is obviously not ideal, so you can choose between handwriting, which is great for short replies, or dictation, which is perfect for longer messages and works surprisingly well. Some apps provide you with emojis like WhatsApp, Telegram, or Facebook Messenger. And the Apple Messages app gives you a bunch of other nifty options like Memoji stickers or the emotion option, where you can create your own animated messages, or press down with 2 fingers and you can send your own actual heartbeat. Isn't that romantic? Alright, enough of that sweet stuff, it makes us fat, let's talk fitness. By the way guys, if you're getting any value out of this video, please give it a like, and if you like my content, a sub to my channel would be awesome. Apple's activity tracker is great. It uses these colored rings to show you how active you've been. The colors stand for move, exercise, and stand. The idea is to close all the rings every day. You can set your own goals by scrolling all the way down in the app. My favorite feature though is the option to challenge friends, like my man RJ Tech. He's running behind a bit, but that's because he's in Canada, not because he's lazy. The watch also has a sleep tracker, but compared to other fitness watches, it's fairly limited. It basically tells you when you're asleep and when you were up. You can also use your favorite running apps like Runkeeper or Strava. I recently switched to Strava because I love the auto pause option. You can go on a run without your phone, and once you get back, the watch will automatically upload all of your stats to your phone. Alright, now to my favorite option of all, making calls on the watch. Obviously, this requires the cellular version and you need to have it connected to your mobile plan. I use the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is a great phone in many ways, but it's a chunky boy, definitely not ideal to take on a run. So for me, it was super important to be able to use the watch as a true standalone device. Hey Siri, call Sweetie.
Calling Sweetie.
It allows me to leave my phone at home without having to worry about missing any important calls or messages, and I can take calls straight from the watch either by using the internal speakers and mics or by using Bluetooth buds. Speaking of Bluetooth buds, on the cellular version of the watch, you can now use Spotify without your phone. Yep, that's right, Spotify is finally a standalone watch app. I did a whole video about how this works, click the card above if you're interested. Another neat way to communicate is Walkie Talkie. You can use this with your friends who also have the Walkie Talkie option enabled. Alright guys, now that we've covered the basics, I want to show you some of my favorite non-Apple apps. We already talked about Strava and Spotify. Another really useful app is Shazam. Most of you will know the app, it recognizes music so you always know what song is playing, but instead of having to whip out your phone and find the app, you can just raise your wrist and tell Siri to open Shazam. Or you can even make Shazam a complication on your watch face for easy access. I can't count the times that I wanted to know what song was playing, and I was too late because I had to get my phone out of my bag or my coat. Having it available straight on the watch is super useful. Another really great app is Drafts. If you've been to my channel before, you've heard me talk about this. It's basically a post-it note on steroids. Any quick thoughts you have, leave them in Drafts. You can decide where to share them to from within the app later. I use two apps as remote controls for my cameras, Filmic Pro to control the camera on my iPhone, and Insta360 to control my 360 camera. I love the Google Maps app on this thing, so I know where to turn without having to use my phone, which is great when you're driving anything other than your car. And lastly, there is my favorite watch complication of all, Nuki. We connected a Nuki door lock system to our door, so all I have to do to open my front door is tap my watch. No more keys in my pockets. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.